right. Now that we know how to do GCFs, let's actually learn how to factor normally. So this is going to be farting, oh well. Factoring version 2. Now, I am going to teach you a way of factoring that is a little bit more efficient than what you have done. There's always faster ways to do things that we have done, and I want to teach you the fastest, most appropriate way. At the end of this, when we get to complex problems, I'm going to show you factoring by grouping. Factoring by grouping always works, but there's certain types of problems that you should not need to group. They should be able to go rather quickly. And those problems are going to be trinomials, with an a value that's equal to 1. Remember, my standard form is y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So I'm talking about an a value of 1. I'm talking about this right here, where a is equal to 1. For example, if I have y is equal to x squared plus 12x plus 20. That is an example of a trinomial that has an a value of 1. Alright, well, you used to do this whole thing where you did a times c, split it, and then do like this Xbox method. No. If the a is 1, this becomes soups. Easy. I look at the first part. What times what gets x squared? Well, x times x. Then I look at the last part, and I'm going to write this out in words. I want two numbers that multiply to get c, but add to get b. Now, this process will go a little bit slower at the beginning, but once you get the hang of this, you should be able to factor these pretty quickly. What are two things that multiply to give 20? Well, 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Those are the things that multiply to get c. 1 and 20. If I add 1 and 20, I get 21. 21. And I have a 12 in the middle, so those don't work. 2 and 10. 2 times 10 gets 20. 2 plus 10 gets 12. Well, great. Then I add a plus 2, plus 10. You're done factoring. Mic drop. Factoring trinomials that have no number up here should be very, very easy. Again, look at this number. What times what gets this? Add them together to get that. Do they add? Great. Those are my factors. X plus 2 and x plus 10. Nice. Let's look at some other ones. Y is equal to x squared plus 10x plus 16. Again, there is no a value, or there is, it's just a 1. So, I'm going to look at the factors of 16. Stuff that multiplies to give 16, but would add to get my b value. Well, I have 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 4 times 4. Which pair adds the equal 10? 2 and 8. So I have x plus 2, x plus 8. And I'm done. That is totally a logical way to factor these. Again, I'm trying to teach you to be the cheetah that I know you can be. So run fast, do fast problems. Let's look at one more like this, and then I'll up the ante just a little bit. Really have to fart. I'm not going to do it on this video though. Dear Miss Michelle, my algebra teacher farted in this video. Gross. Alright, factors of 12. Things that multiply to give 12, yet add to equal 7. Well, I'm thinking through my head. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Oh, yep, 3 plus 4 is 7. So my factors are x plus 3 and x plus 4. Nailed it. I'm going to live a little happy human. Woo! Alright, that's good. What if I introduce a little bit of anarchy? Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order. That's a Batman Dark Knight quote, in case you're curious. What if I started throwing in some negatives? Which really doesn't make your life that much harder. X squared minus 4x minus 32. Well, I'm going to go through the same process. 32. I want the factors of 32 that combine, but now I want them to combine to give a negative 4. So things that multiply to give negative 32, but combine, add, to give a negative 4. Well, let's think about the factors of just 32. I have 1 and 32, 2 and 16, 4 and 8. And I'm actually going to stop there. Look at 4 and 8. 8 minus 4 would be a 4 in the middle. But I want a negative 4. So let's do a negative 8 and a positive 4, because negative 8 plus 4 would give negative 4. So my factors would be x minus 8 and x plus 4. Now, if you're curious on how I'm able to do these so quickly in my head, it is this process, but this process relates back to FOIL. If I take FOIL and I do the outside and the inside, x times 4 is 4x, negative 8 times x minus 8x. If I combine these, I get negative 4x, and that's what I had in the middle. I'm just doing the outside and the inside of FOIL in my head and going really quickly while doing it, which allows me to factor v quickly. Do a couple more. Let's say y is equal to x squared plus 16x minus 36. Alright, I want factors of negative 36 that when I combine them give me a positive 16. Well, negative 36, I'm going through my head, I have 1 and 36, 2 and 18. And as I'm going through, I'm going to stop and think, okay, 2 and 18, if I subtract them, I'd get 16. Oh, wait, that's what I wanted. Great. Don't do any more than you have to. So this is going to be x. I want positive 16, so let's make the bigger number positive. X plus 18, x minus 2. Just to check, let's do that FOIL step. 18 times x, that gives me 18x. That was my insides. Let's do the outsides. X times negative 2, negative 2x. 18x minus 2x is going to give me 16x. Great. I know that these factors totally work out. Alright, we're doing great so far. Let's do one more. This next one is going to be a little bit of a weirder one, but still totally doable. Let's have y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 5. Woof. I want the factors of positive 5 that combine to give me negative 6? Question mark? What? Who? He? Two things that multiply to give 5. Well, I'm thinking 1 and 5 might be the only things that do that. Wait a minute. What if I do a negative 1 and a negative 5? Because negative 1 times negative 5 gets me a positive 5. Negative, negative make a positive. The negative, if I add negative 1 and negative 6 or negative 5, I get negative 6. So I'm thinking, cool. As long as I remember that two numbers multiplied together that are negative together are positive, I'll be golden. So I have x minus 1 and x minus 5. And that totally works out. Again, you can check it with your FOIL and see what's going on. Nice. We totally did some factoring version 2. Again, problems like this, you should be able to factor very, very quickly and go through, and my life should be awesome. Try the practice problems. Deuces.